Kevin Costner has long stood as one of Hollywood's most steady and recognizable faces. From the romance of The Bodyguard to the hope-filled magic of Field of Dreams and the sweeping ambition of Dances with Wolves, he built a career rooted in emotional storytelling rather than spectacle alone. Yet, behind the awards and applause lies a life shaped by struggle, heartbreak, resilience, and reinvention. His journey is not simply about fame, it is about endurance. It is about a man who kept standing through rejection, public failure, private pain, and the quiet challenges of aging in an industry that rarely forgives. Humble beginnings in Lynwood. Kevin Costner was born on January 18, 1955 in Lynwood, far from the glamour he would one day know. His father worked hard utility jobs, often outdoors in harsh conditions, while his mother served as a welfare worker helping families in crisis. Money was limited, stability uncertain. The family moved frequently across California, chasing employment opportunities. Each relocation meant new schools, new classmates, and the familiar ache of starting over. Kevin grew up shy and observant, more comfortable imagining stories than speaking loudly. That early loneliness quietly shaped the emotional depth audiences would later see on screen. A childhood marked by loss and silence. Before Kevin was born, his parents lost a newborn son. Though rarely discussed openly, that tragedy lingered in the household like an unspoken shadow. His father grew more protective and stern. His mother carried grief quietly. Kevin sensed the fragility of happiness early in life. He learned that love could be deep yet guarded, present yet careful. Moving from town to town only intensified his feeling of being temporary, of never fully belonging. He was not the loudest child, nor the most popular. Instead, he became thoughtful and inward, developing a resilience built on adaptation rather than attention. The restless young man with a safe plan. After college, Costner appeared to follow a sensible path. He earned a business degree and married his college sweetheart, Cindy Silver. Stability seemed within reach, but routine office work left him unsettled. On his honeymoon, he reportedly encountered actor Richard Burton, who encouraged him to pursue acting seriously. That brief exchange altered his direction. Costner returned home carrying both inspiration and fear. Choosing Hollywood meant risking security, respect, and financial safety. Yet he understood something important. Regret would weigh heavier than failure. He left his job and stepped into uncertainty, knowing the road ahead would not be kind. Years of rejection and survival. Los Angeles did not greet him with opportunity. It tested him. Costner worked odd jobs, driving trucks, cleaning boats, offering tours, while attending auditions that rarely led anywhere. He endured rejection so constant it became routine. Small roles appeared and disappeared. Scenes were cut. Films flopped. One particularly painful moment came when his part in The Big Chill was removed entirely before release. Watching the finished film without seeing himself on screen stung deeply, yet he did not retreat. Each setback hardened his resolve. He had grown accustomed to starting over. This was simply another town where he would need to prove himself. Breaking through with grit, in 1985, director Lawrence Kasdan cast him in Silverado, offering Costner a visible platform at last. Audiences noticed his steady presence. Then came The Untouchables, which elevated him further. His quiet authority resonated. By the time Bull Durham and Field of Dreams arrived, he had become a symbol of grounded American hope. In cornfields and ballparks, he embodied belief, the idea that dreams, once pursued faithfully, can answer back. Viewers connected not only to his characters, but to the sincerity he brought to them. His rise felt earned rather than manufactured. the bold gamble of Dances with Wolves. In 1990, Costner took an enormous creative risk with Dances with Wolves. Directing and starring in a long western that included Lakota dialogue, he challenged industry expectations. Studios doubted audiences would embrace such ambition. Production faced financial strain and logistical hardship, yet Costner believed the story deserved patience and authenticity. When the film premiered, it defied skeptics. Winning 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director, it transformed him from star to filmmaker of serious influence. Success validated his instincts, but it also placed immense pressure on every project that followed. The weight of being untouchable. With hits like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves and The Bodyguard, Costner's status soared globally. Fame, however, narrows personal space. Expectations multiply. Every script carries risk. Every box office number becomes judgment. The industry that once questioned him now depended on him. Maintaining that level required constant travel and emotional energy. While audiences saw confidence, he privately wrestled with responsibility. Being at the top can feel isolating. The higher the climb, the thinner the air. Success brought validation, but it also magnified every misstep. The public fall from grace. In 1995, Waterworld became infamous for budget overruns and production chaos. Storms damaged sets. Headlines predicted disaster. Though the film eventually recovered financially, media ridicule dominated public perception. Then, The Postman suffered harsh criticism. The narrative shifted swiftly. Visionary became overreaching. Hollywood can be ruthless with reversal. Projects slowed. Scripts vanished. Costner faced an echo of childhood silence, now amplified by public scrutiny. The pain lay not only in criticism, but in watching admiration evaporate almost overnight. Yet, once again, he prepared to rebuild. Reinvention through Yellowstone. Years later, when many peers faded quietly, Costner found renewed purpose in Yellowstone. As John Dutton, he portrayed a patriarch defending land and legacy with relentless conviction. The character mirrored aspects of his own life, protective, flawed, stubbornly loyal. The series became one of television's most watched dramas, introducing him to a new generation. His comeback was not flashy. It was steady and earned. Reinvention at an older age requires humility. Costner embraced maturity rather than resisting it. He allowed weathered strength to replace youthful invincibility. Love, marriage, and distance. Costner's personal life proved as complex as his career. His first marriage to Cindy Silver lasted 16 years and produced 3 children. Fame gradually created distance neither fully intended. Long shoots and public demands strained intimacy. Their divorce in 1994 was costly financially and emotionally. Later relationships brought additional children and renewed hope. In 2004, he married Christine Baumgartner, building what he believed was a second chance at stability. Yet, even strong intentions can falter under career pressure. After nearly 2 decades together, their separation in 2023 unfolded publicly, reminding him that success does not shield the heart. Grief, aging, and perspective loss touched him deeply over time, most notably the passing of Whitney Houston, whom he supported fiercely during The Bodyguard. Delivering her eulogy revealed a man unafraid to show vulnerability. As he entered his 70s, physical aches replaced youthful stamina. Long filming days demand more discipline, yet he continues pursuing passion projects like Horizon, investing personal funds to complete stories he believes matter. Wealth offers comfort, but meaning sustains him. Aging has shifted his priorities from acclaim to legacy, from proving worth to preserving connection. Fatherhood and enduring legacy. Today, Costner focuses heavily on his 7 children. Fatherhood anchors him. He divides time between expansive ranch land and coastal calm, seeking balance after decades of motion. He knows the spotlight will eventually dim. Awards will gather dust. What endures are relationships and stories honestly told. His legacy is not merely cinematic, it is personal resilience, the willingness to risk, fall, recover, and love again. He has learned that endurance outlasts applause. The measure of a life is not uninterrupted success, but the courage to show up after disappointment. Conclusion: a life built on showing up. Kevin Costner's story is not a straight ascent. It is a cycle of striving, stumbling, and standing again. From shy beginnings in moving households to Oscar triumphs, from public ridicule to television resurgence, from marriages formed and dissolved to enduring fatherhood, his journey reveals the complexity behind calm eyes. He once suggested that success is simply showing up again. That philosophy defines him, not perfection, not invulnerability, but persistence. In an industry obsessed with youth and spectacle, he remains proof that resilience, sincerity, and belief in meaningful stories can carry a man further than fame ever could.